The NBA, some cool new technology is bringing fans into the stands down in Orlando, not in person, but virtually.
2020 has been an actual garbage fire, and no sector was left untouched. For sports lovers, things started to get real when their favorite leagues began to shut down, and the NBA was the first major professional American sports league to halt its season due to the global health situation. It's the last quarter of the year, and gradually the world is opening up again. But at this point, hoping for normalcy is a long shot. Whether we like it or not, the global health situation has altered our reality, and things may never return to the way they were. What does this mean for the NBA? Stick around to find out. In this video, we're going to tell you all the reasons the NBA is never going to be the same again. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. NBA December season. On the 11th of March, the National Basketball Association announced the suspension of the 1920 season, making it the first professional American sports league to halt its season due to the global health situation. The announcement came shortly after Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tested positive for the illness. In the words of Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, bouncing back from the hiatus could turn out to be the single greatest challenge the NBA has ever faced. But so far, they seem to be weathering the storm just fine. On July 31st, the NBA resumed the 1920 season with the 22 top teams in the league at the time of the suspension being invited to the NBA bubble in Florida to participate in the final 8 games of the 2019-20 regular season, as well as the 2020 NBA playoffs. The playoffs officially commenced on August 17th, and the NBA Finals began on September 30th. The season finally came to an end October 11th, when the Los Angeles Lakers emerged victorious in the finals against the Miami Heat, earning them their first NBA championship in 10 years and their 17th title. There are so many reasons to love December. I mean, what's not to love about the festive season, delicious pastries, and incredible presents? Well, this year the NBA has given us another reason to love December, and we can't help wonder if this new schedule is here to stay. A little under 2 months after the conclusion of the disrupted season, players are expected to report to their teams for training camps in preparation for the 2020-21 season. Well, that's right, folks. The 2020-21 season is slated to begin 3 days before Christmas in December this month, a few weeks after the previous season ended, and conclude in early July. While this tentative schedule provides an opportunity for the 21-22 season to return to the NBA's usual October through June pattern that we all know and love, we can't help wonder if NBA Decembers have come to stay. Shorter seasons may have come to stay. Still on the topic of the 2020-2021 season, a standard NBA year consists of 82 regular season games, but the upcoming season is set to feature only 72 games, which is 10 games less than usual. The decision to cut down the number of games was made to ensure that the playoffs would wind up in July, just in time for the Tokyo Olympics, which are scheduled to take place between July 23rd and August 8th in 2021. If all goes well, this tentative schedule will ensure that the league doesn't clash with the Olympic Games and provide the players with the opportunity to participate in the Olympics. While this sounds like a foolproof plan, we can't help but wonder, is this the beginning of a new era? Will the NBA return to its 82 regular season games, or has the condensed 72 game pattern come to change the game forever? Games without fans. What's a basketball game without thousands of screaming fans in the stands waiting to shake hands with the players as they leave the arena? Well, the future of basketball, it appears. Thanks to the global health situation, the days of fans filling up the stands to support their favorite teams may be long gone and replaced with virtual reality courtside seats, which are being developed. Considering how contagious the global health situation is, it's easy to see why the players, who throughout their career have had fans to cheer them on during their games, now have no other choice but to start getting used to the prospect of playing in empty stadiums. Even if things get better and fans are allowed into NBA arenas to attend live games, chances are the experience will be entirely different from what it used to be. Stadiums will have to drastically reduce the capacity to allow for social distancing. This is to reassure the fans who do show up that it's completely safe. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. NBA games without fans are gradually becoming a part of our reality. We don't know about you, but we miss the excitement of watching our favorite players glide around the court doing their thing. Reduction in salary cap. Each season, the NBA players ball out on the court, and at the end of the day, they walk away smiling with really fat bank accounts. But as a result of the global health situation, it seems that players may be taking pay cuts. Well, now we don't know for sure how deep the pay cuts will be, but we know that the salary cap will definitely reduce, which will affect the NBA. Let's get into the specifics. Salary cap is the maximum amount an NBA team can spend on salaries in a particular season, and it's usually determined using the previous season's league revenue. It's no news that the 2019-2020 season wasn't the NBA's most profitable season. The association lost an estimated $1.5 billion as a result of the global health situation and China's decision to terminate all partnerships between themselves and the NBA. Yes, we mean the Daryl Morey saga. But before you let your jaw drop, you should know that the loss would have amounted to a whopping $3 billion if the season had been canceled. But thankfully, the association decided to resume the previously disrupted season in the NBA bubble. Sadly, there is no end in sight for the losses that the NBA is currently suffering because they are set to lose millions in ticket revenue this upcoming season due to the global health situation. Even more money will be lost as a result of the drastic reduction in the purchase of NBA licensed merchandise. The global health situation affected people's income all over the world, and people who are on a tight budget simply can't be bothered about limited edition NBA merchandise. What does this financial setback mean for the future of the NBA, our favorite team, and our beloved players? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, and hope that the association will weather the storm. The 2020 NBA Draft. Every year, the NBA Draft changes the future of the game forever by introducing fresh players into the game, and this year was no different. Oh, okay, so this year was a little different. In the words of Jalen Smith, it wasn't a traditional draft. And we knew the NBA 2020 Draft was going to be promising when a trade took place only a few hours before the draft. As if that wasn't enough, barely 40 minutes before the first pick on Wednesday night, there was yet another deal. The draft was initially scheduled to take place at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York in June, but due to the global health situation, it was held at ESPN's facilities in Bristol, Connecticut on November 18th, making it the first draft since 1975 not to be held in June. Typically, the NBA Draft is a major event that attracts a huge crowd and boasts of a packed venue, but this year it was held via video conferencing, making it the first ever virtual NBA Draft. Many have referred to the night of the draft as a wild night, and with good reasons. For one, it was filled with quite a number of surprise picks that threw us all off guard, but the most impressive surprise of all was the remarkable number of foreigners who got drafted. In total, 13 international players from 10 different countries were selected across the first and second rounds. These foreign picks include number 7, Killian Hayes, the highest drafted French player ever, number 9, Deni Avdija, the highest drafted Israeli player ever, and number 17, Aleksej Pokachevsky, the second highest drafted Serbian player. These newly drafted players, international and local, have had approximately 2 weeks to settle into their various teams before the start of camp. Due to the garbage fire that is 2020, we haven't seen as many newly drafted players as we normally would. But one thing is certain, this year's draft was extremely unique and will definitely impact the future of the NBA. If I were you, I would keep my eye out for the top 3 picks. Anthony Edwards, taken first overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves, James Wiseman, who was selected second overall by the Golden State Warriors, and of course, the youngest member of the Ball family, LaMelo Ball, selected third overall by the Charlotte Hornets. Also, we can't help but wonder, have virtual drafts come to stay? Will having a sizable amount of international draft picks become a trend? Well, there you have it, NBA lovers, all the reasons why the NBA will never remain the same again. We definitely won't forget the year 2020 in a hurry. It boasts of the longest season in NBA history, the first ever virtual NBA draft, and it will go down in history as the year that compressed decades of changes and successfully affected them into the space of 1 year. Let us know what you think about these changes in the comment section. What effect do you think the economic challenges will have on the NBA and its players? Are you excited about the new virtual reality courtside seats? Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.